welcome everyone to a very special ReelShow 4. I, of course, am Fred Slow, broadcaster of Duke City Championship Wrestling, and alongside me, new contributor to Duke City Championship Wrestling, Fernando Gonzales. Fernando, welcome.
Hey, thank you, Fred. You know, it's absolutely a pleasure to finally be able to get some time in here with you. And it is just as much of a pleasure to be able to lend my talents to Duke City Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, we're excited to have you, my friend. The ringside announcing position, Fernando Gonzales, will have for us. And what is that? That's another innovation here with Duke City Championship Wrestling, isn't it?
You know it for certain. It'll be basically the way that it kind of been broken down to me is it's going to be, for those old school fans out there, it's going to be the equivalent of the Mean Gene Okerlund. You know, behind the scenes on the mic, making it happen with everybody back there.
Big shoes to fill, obviously, Fernando, the Mean Gene Okerlund style role. It's going to be one-on-one interviews with who? With our performers. You're going to do those pre, post, and during matches if so need be. But you're going to be the third man on the broadcast team, giving us really the fans' perspective of what is going on ringside at a Duke City Championship Wrestling event. Speaking of our next event, July the 15th, that's this upcoming Saturday. Doors at 6 o'clock, first bell 7:30. Tickets ranging between $20 and $40. They can be found at dccwtickets.com. Fernando, what is the best way for fans of DCCW to connect with you to make sure their questions are being asked to the performers in the ring?
You know what? I think they'd be able to reach me through any of the channels that we normally have here.
That's correct.
Yeah.
All of the DCCW social media, that's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We now have a Threads. I guess we're excited about that.
Yeah.
Also our TikTok outlet. And if you're live at one of our events, you'll see Fernando there in person, and I don't think you'll be able to miss him in the style of jacket that you wear.
That's actually true. What I thought that I would do here is kind of go for a less ostentatious Don Cherry kind of outfit.
That's a very fair. I put on the hat today. I don't know if you can see it from where you're at, Fernando, but new merch also arriving this upcoming Saturday. So we have hats, we have new T-shirt apparel, we have stickers, and everyone's safety blanket, Yeti style drink mug. You know what I'm talking about?
Go. I do indeed.
Beer mugs, the entire world. Also, big thank you to ProView Networks, who is hosting the ReelShow for today. They'll be live with us this upcoming Saturday, July the 15th. Tickets still available. Handful of seats, mostly GAs. dccwtickets.com, where we'll be, and this is fun, Fernando, because this is your inclusion really into the product. Yep. We're breaking our 2-hour-long live product down into 4 30 episodes of the program, which will air Saturday afternoons at noon on Comcast Channel 26. Fernando, talk a little bit about your involvement in the production, and please talk a little bit about how you're going to bring the audience into the action.
Okay, well, considering the fact that I started off as a fan of DCCW, and then after the first show, I had to figure out who's actually in charge doing this. And, you know, sure enough, they introduced me immediately. The amount of people that all turned, pointed in your direction and said, this is the man that you want to talk to. And just needed to see what help I could offer. I watched the first episode of ReelShow that was on YouTube, and just y'all put the call out to see if there was anybody who could lend their talents to this amazing promotion. I was more than happy to do that. And for anybody who's going to be around for the live show, I'm going to be around, and I would be more than happy to be able to take anybody's questions, be able to provide any sort of information that I can, because I started as a fan, and I come from the perspective of a fan, and it's going to be really neat to be able to make that connection with the rest of the great DCCW fans as well.
Obviously a fan before the DCC product existed, that of WWE or AEW or local promotions here in Albuquerque. Because you, Fernando, you're an Albuquerque native, and that's a big part of our theme here with DCCW, Albuquerque owned for Albuquerqueans. And of course, every dollar, every piece of revenue that comes in, we reinvest into the project itself. And we're gonna have some changes live this July the 15th. It's Saturday night between 6 and 9:45, doors at 6, first bell at 7:30. We're putting up new pillars. We got new lighting. Obviously, we talked about the merchandise stands. We've changed the seating around a little bit. We're going to have a larger capacity with more seats. I don't know how we pulled that off, Fernando. But the thing that I'm so very excited about with this transition, with the innovation and everything that's new, featuring video updates, featuring yourself. The thing I'm so appreciative of is that it's being done locally for locals. Tell your story a little bit, Fernando, about being born in the Albuquerque area and what pro wrestling has been to you in your up and coming years.
Okay, well, yes, I am born and raised here in Albuquerque. I've lived a couple other places, but
Sure.
I always come back here. And from the time I was just a wee lad, I would go and see the old. I can say the name of other promotions.
I don't know why we couldn't.
All right, okay, just want to make sure. But old AWA shows
Yeah.
at the Civic Auditorium back in the early to mid 80s. I was just a little kid, saw old NWA shows and stuff like that, and it has been a lifelong love. And these 40 plus years in my life, the fire hasn't gone out.
What we've been able to do so fortunately on the ReelShow is we've been able to bring in performers, we've been able to bring in the ownership group and myself, the broadcaster, and talk about what our experience was on May the 25th at our first episode. I know Alden's going to run some highlights behind us, but it's, Fernando, you were there as a fan before becoming the ringside talent that you now are. What was your energy of the first night of DCCW, and why do you have a belief that it's going to move forward as a successful product, not just here in Albuquerque, but the Southwest?
It's just because, well, just for things to be able to progress further out of Albuquerque, you see what a bunch of fantastic fans we've got
Correct.
here. It was unmistakable the first night that I was there to see just the fact that it was an electric atmosphere. You saw everybody just going off anytime they would see performers. People knew who were the good guys. People knew who were
Right.
the bad guys, and they knew that they were seeing some absolutely amazing wrestling happening here with people that you're only going to be able to see around here.
We were talking a little bit before the production of today's episode of The ReelShow. Should we or should we not bring the brand new DCCW World Championship belt? And we decided against it. And that's why we're going to debut it this upcoming Saturday night. Fernando, you'll be in ring alongside I as we do that with a special New Mexico Sports Future Hall of Famer who will bring the belt out and announce it to the fans in attendance. And I don't want to spoil who that is, but this is as big of a name in combat sports in New Mexico as you can find. And I believe this belt, Fernando, which you have seen, is going to be received just to the highest degree at the historic El Rey Theater this upcoming Saturday night.
I am as excited about seeing it I'm as excited as I was seeing it the first time.
Yes.
As I am excited seeing what the fans are going to react like once they actually see it.
Brand new belt, innovations. We're adding new talent to the roster. Some faces you haven't seen yet, so we'll have new competitors. Our first women's match will be this upcoming Saturday night, Fernando. The thing that's most very exciting about that, and we're not releasing the names yet. You got to be there in person. The thing that's most very exciting about that is this was the number one question from fan. The number one question from DCCW enthusiasts was, will we have women within the squared circle? The answer is yes, and will be this upcoming Saturday night.
Yep, it's wonderful to actually be able to give the definitive answer for this one. You wanted to see the ladies in the ring. You wanted to see them lock up and throw down, and we're bringing it to you, DCCW, like you're not going to be able to see it anywhere else.
And I don't necessarily know if there has been another promotion, not here specifically in Albuquerque, but really anywhere, where the fan clamors for, and as quickly as the promotion can, an answer or a response is given. And that's what I feel like we've been so fortunate here to do. Also, our very first, and we'll talk about the headliner, tag team match in DCCW history is our main event this upcoming Saturday night. Hobo Hank and Thunder will battle against Charlie 50 and Phoenix. This is going to be an intense matchup, and I can't for 1 second believe a resolution either way will come after this one, as there is such bad blood between these two facets.
Oh yeah, there is no possible way. This is going to be the initial clash of the Titans. And you know it's going to be intense. It's going to be like nothing we've seen here before, but a story like this isn't going to be resolved with a quick 3 count. You know it's going much further than that.
I agree completely. Doors at 6, show at 7:30. That's the first bell. Keep in mind we're talking about innovations. We have a brand new ring bell. We have a brand new, basically everything. Could not be more excited for this product. If you missed the first one, don't miss the second one. Come out. When you come out, bring a friend. Fellowship is as important of this endeavor as anything you could possibly do with professional wrestling. Share it with someone. Be excited about it. Afterwards, tell us about it on social media, all of the outlets. DCCW on all of the outlets, or DukecityChampionshipWrestling.com, DCCWtickets.com. Tickets range between $20 and $40, depending on how close you want to be to the ring. Also, you can walk up day of the event. Fernando, how'd you acquire your ticket the first time?
I actually walked up day of
Yeah.
because saw the marquee outside and was like, there's no possible way I can actually miss this. Walked in, and then you yourself know I did not walk out without one of those DCCW shirts either. And they look hot.
The merchandise stand is very impressive for this promotion. Obviously, we have the standard DCCW full frontal logo. We have a brand new t-shirt we're debuting this weekend, which is the upper chest DCCW logo, and then on the back, the night of the event poster.
Awesome.
So it's a throwback homage to wrestling of days gone by, and we're so very excited about that. Also, those in attendance will have a special access to tickets for our next live event that much sooner than everyone else. Be in attendance, come early, stay late. You know, you, Fernando, the performers, will make the effort to be available not just during the show as much as we can, but post the show as well. And please like, share, and just interact as much as possible. Take a photo of us. I promise you we will smile unless you tell us not to. Anything we missed, Fernando? And if you would, one more time, talk about your level of excitement before this upcoming Saturday night.
Honestly, my level of excitement is through the roof.
Yeah.
The fact that it's not just going to be as a fan this time, but actually as somebody working for the promotion, to be able to get there backstage and see the amazing talents that we've got here at DCCW, and just be able to do this, and of course to have the honor of working alongside the fabulous Freddie Fane.
Love everything about that. Is it little inside wrestling? Is this your first wrestling paycheck?
With this one, yes. Yes,
Let's
I believe it
go,
would be.
Fernando.
That's how we do it, baby. Lifelong childhood dream being fulfilled.
This Saturday night at the historic El Rey Theater, that's July the 15th, doors at 6, first bell at 7:30. You can be near your seat. I encourage you to stand. Come be part of the show. Be a part of the experience. We're excited to have you there. And then if you're not there in person with us, catch us every single Saturday at noon, Comcast Channel 26, the episodic wrestling program that we're so very excited to create for you and distribute to you. For Fernando Gonzales, I am Fabulous Freddie Fame. Good job, everyone. GG.